Yep. Yep. Y'all already know who it is, man. It's King Ade with the Wizards Review. And I'm in a feel-good mood right now, you know what I mean? Got a nice win, nice bounce-back win. Won the last three of the last 4 games, you know what I mean? Now, I know we played a team that, is searching for the number 1 pick. Rumors of tanking, you know what I mean? Things of that nature. I know. But, the Wizards, they have lost to teams that they're supposed to beat multiple times this season, you know what I mean? So, for us to get a win after a tough loss last night, to get a win in a back-to-back, an impressive win, it's really good to see, man. You know what I mean? Very good to see. There was a lot of big stat lines tonight. A lot of players did a lot of things, man. Very active team, man. You know what I mean? So, without further ado, man, let's just get into it, man. Since we got the win, I'm going to start with the things that I dislike. You know what I mean? So, off jump, man. I felt that we were a little too sloppy with the ball. You know what I mean? Turning the ball over to start the game. And, sometimes I think the Wizards, they look at their opponent and they play down to their opponent when they're not a good team and play up to their opponent when they're a good team or at least a popular team, like when we played the Lakers. Well, we started that game bad, but then we turned it around. But it was similar with this game that we started kind of shaky. I mean, we were scoring too, but they were scoring, and that leads to the next thing that I didn't like was I felt the Magic scored too easily tonight early. You know what I'm saying? They were 6 for 11 from the three-point line in the first quarter alone. Franz Wagner was looking really good. Looked like he was going to have a big game tonight, you know what I'm saying? He was hitting threes, 13 points in the first quarter. Ended the half, I believe, with 17 points. What did he end the game with? Franz Wagner ended the game with 28. That's impressive. 55% shooting, 11 for 20. 5 rebounds, 2 assists. Yeah, he had a nice big game. You know what I'm saying? So I definitely didn't like that because he's a rookie. You know what I'm saying? For him to have 28 points, it did show that we were a little weak on defense at times throughout the night. You know what I'm saying? So I definitely didn't like that. I thought Porzingis played a hell of a game tonight. You know what I'm saying? Played a great game. But I felt early in the game he was settling for too many threes. You know what I'm saying? I do not I know he can shoot the 3. You know what I'm saying? And when he's open, he got to take that 3. But I don't like when he's just floating around the 3-point line. He is so effective when he's going to the paint and trying to score on the paint, on the block, the post up. You know what I'm saying? He's very effective. You know what I'm saying? But as the game went on, and especially in the second half, he spent the majority of his time in the paint, drawing fouls and stuff like that. So, he made up for those, shooting a little bit too many threes for my liking early in the game. You know what I'm saying? He definitely made up for that. I felt that we fouled a little bit too much in the first quarter. You know what I'm saying? A little bit too many fouls. The Magic got into the penalty, in the first quarter. You know what I'm saying? Close to the end of the first quarter, but there was maybe like 2.5 minutes left when they got into the penalty. So that just showed that we fouled a little bit too much. But again, we got it together as the game went on, and we eventually pulled away. You know what I mean? So I don't want to harp on that too much, but too many fouls, don't like that. You know what I mean? The Magic had a 12-1 run in the first quarter. You know what I mean? They even went up double digits in the first quarter, so I didn't like that. I definitely didn't like the way we started the game on defense. You know what I mean? They were scoring too easily. They scored 35 points in the first quarter alone. I mean, that's way too many points for a team like that. But again, to our credit, we settled down and we clamped down as the game went on. You know what I mean? So that's definitely a good thing. Cole Anthony was causing issues on the defensive end. You know what I'm saying? Causing some of those turnovers. I don't think he had a big game scoring tonight, but he did, play some good on-ball defense. They have some talent. I think all NBA teams have talent. The Magic have talent, but they're just way too young. You know what I'm saying? They're just way too young. So they shouldn't even be a factor like that. And tonight we took advantage of playing a team with a lot of inexperience. You know what I mean? Robin Lopez, I see, last season he gained my respect because I thought he was a bum, like just a jag, and he really is a jag, just another guy, you know what I'm saying? But he does have a sweet hook that he was hitting consistently when he played for the Wizards last season, and he was doing that again early in this game. You know what I'm saying? A lot of the damage that the Magic did was in the first half. You know what I mean? Not to say they didn't have some good plays in the second half, but in the second half, we were much better. You know what I'm saying? But in the first half, they were getting some things. I felt Lopez was a little effective at times throughout the game. You know what I mean? Well, early in the game. You know what I mean? So I definitely didn't like that. Again, I like Kispert. I like his development. I thought that he turned the corner when he played Golden State and had, broke the rookie record for the Wizards from the three-point line. You know what I mean? I thought that he was about to start hitting threes on a more consistent basis. Unfortunately, the last two games, he has reverted back to missing wide open shots, missing too many shots. He still was effective tonight, still gave us some good minutes, but man, he has to hit open shots. Like, again, I know he's a rookie, and I believe that as his career goes on, those wide open shots that he's missing now will be money in the bank, next season and moving forward. You know what I mean? So I don't want to dwell on that too much, but those wide open shots are such momentum killers. You know what I'm saying? It just feels like, you know what I mean? So he definitely has to continue to work on that. You know what I mean? And it's good to see a DMV native, a DC native, Markelle Fultz, come off his injury. And if you're an NBA fan, he played well off the bench. But as our opponent, I didn't like the fact that he came off the bench. Around 20 minutes he played tonight. He played, 21 minutes, 19 points, 7 assists, 2 blocks, 3 rebounds, just 1 turnover. I mean, that's a good stat line for someone that only played 21 minutes. You know what I'm saying? Coming off an injury. So for him to get comfortable and get, feel himself against us, I don't like that. You know what I'm saying? You want to be like, yo, you're not going to do nothing against us. You need more work. You know what I'm saying? But he had a decent game. But it wasn't enough for them to get the win. You know what I'm saying? And what else? I think that's about it. Yeah, that's about it. That's really all I disliked tonight. You know what I'm saying? I think one of their players, what's his name? I don't even know how to say his name. But it started with a B. You know what I'm saying? Had 10 points, hit a couple of threes throughout the game, but he wasn't really a factor, but he did hit a couple of threes, so I definitely didn't like that as well, man. But overall, that's everything that I disliked, you know what I'm saying? Again, we settled in as the game went on, and we just took control of the game. I loved the halftime interview that Chris Miller did with Porzingis. Porzingis was really blunt and really was just like, yo, he basically said, I'm paraphrasing now, but he basically said, these guys, they're not on our level, man. We just got to show that. You know what I mean? That's basically what he said. You know what I'm saying? And he was right. Like, we got more veterans. Not to say we got the best team, the best roster ever. You know what I'm saying? But against the Magic, we have a better roster. You know what I'm saying? We have good developing players. We have a legitimate big man that can score inside and out. And there's no reason why we should have had a problem with this team like we did early in the game. You know what I'm saying? But in the second half, the Wizards pulled away, dominated the game, got the double-digit win. Just a lovely game, man. So let's talk about everything that I like. You know what I'm saying? So for starters, man, I love the game plan. I felt that the Wizards had an emphasis on going to Porzingis and going to Rui early in the game. You know what I mean? In the block, in the paint. And I definitely like that, especially for Porzingis, man. When he is in the paint scoring, he is unstoppable. You know what I mean? He is unstoppable, man. I mean, he was active, scoring in the paint, blocking shots, getting to the line, assisting. Had 16 points in the first half alone, ended the game with 35 points. So he scored 19 in the second half to add 8 rebounds, 3 assists, and 2 blocks. I mean, that's a full stat line. You know what I mean? And once he starts getting hot in the paint, scoring in the post, hitting that mid-range, the backing, the back down fadeaway look. Then he can get to the three-point line on the fast break, just float, like trail, and be at the top of the key, and then Satoransky gets it to him, and he hits that wide open three. It just, when he starts in the paint, and then as the game goes on, expands his game, that's when he's at his best, man. So I cannot wait until we get our full complement of players and having Porzingis playing with Beal, playing with Kuzma. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be a good look. I mean, he scored, just to have a player that can consistently put up 30, 35 points tonight, you know what I'm saying? That just opens the floor for the rest of the team. So I'm very excited. He's really a legitimate player, especially when he's playing against an inferior opponent. The thing with the Magic is they love to switch 1 through 5. So they switched smaller guys on Porzingis while he's in the post, and he abused them like he's supposed to do. You know what I'm saying? So I definitely like what he did tonight, man. I mean, I can't say it enough. I love when he plays like this. It gets me hyped, and it gets me excited for the future of this team. You know what I'm saying? I also loved Rui's game tonight. Very aggressive early. Ended the first half with 13 points. He ended the game with, how much did he end the game with? It was 17, so he didn't score much in the second half, 4 points in the second half. But he had 2 blocks, 7 rebounds, and he was a plus 18 on a plus and minus tonight. Very positive, very great numbers on the floor tonight. You know what I'm saying? And not to mention, I got to go back to Porzingis, man. He was a plus 23 tonight. You know what I'm saying? Second highest plus minus on the team tonight. Just again, man, dominated. You know what I'm saying? When you have a player that can dominate like that, I just said it, man. It opens up so much for us, man. So I definitely like what I saw tonight from both Porzingis and Rui, and loving Coach Unsell's game plan to start them scoring in the post, scoring straight to the post. You know what I'm saying? Beautiful. That's how we have to play in order for us to have be our most effective. You know what I'm saying? Oh man, Satoransky, man. I'm telling you, man. We got to keep him. I keep saying that. He has to be on our roster next season. He is a draft pick of the Washington Wizards. So for him to come back better than he was when he left the first time, I mean, he has made us much better. You know what I'm saying? He didn't score any points tonight, but managed to still have a double-double. 13 assists, 10 rebounds, 0 points. I mean, 13 assists. Floor general. If we're not fortunate enough to get a point guard next season, and again, man, I mean, we're bringing our point guards back. Ish Smith, Satoransky. We might as well bring the point guard himself back. You know what I mean? That number 1 pick, that 2010 number 1 pick of the Washington Wizards. We should bring that guy back and have that strong Washington Wizards. Well, we didn't draft Ish Smith, you know what I'm saying? But between Satoransky, drafting him in the second round, and then drafting John Wall as the first overall pick, bringing him back, that'll be full circle. Beautiful story. Oh man, I'm just talking right now. That's just daydreaming. You know what I'm saying? But if we don't bring a quality point guard next season, Satoransky can be the starter. I'm very comfortable with him starting. You know what I'm saying? But his shot is suspect. Not to say John Wall's shot wasn't suspect. You know what I'm saying? His shot is suspect, but he's very effective at the point guard position. So at the least, him being the backup is very good for us. You know what I'm saying? So I definitely loved what I saw from Satoransky tonight. And he has a great chemistry with Porzingis. They played together overseas. And it shows when they're on the court that they have very good chemistry, man. He definitely just adds a dimension to Porzingis' game because he understands where to get Porzingis the ball. You know what I'm saying? So I definitely like the Sato-Porzingis combination. Great adjustment by Unsell putting Sato in the starting lineup. You know what I mean? So I definitely like that. KCP, man, was shooting great tonight. Definitely had a great fourth quarter. Helped close the game. He had the best plus minus on the team tonight. Plus 24. Scored 25 points tonight. You know what I'm saying? 25 points, 3 assists, 2 steals. Jump in the passing lane. The things that he does very well. You know what I'm saying? Just a leader out there. Again, I do not mind if we keep him next season. But at the same time, that takes away from the development of Denny, because I feel like Denny can be a starter. You know what I'm saying? With another year under his belt, another offseason under his belt, getting his J better, and getting better at finishing at the rim, I feel that he can be an effective starter. But if we decide to bring Caldwell Pope back, I won't be mad at all, because he brings a lot to the table. Especially when he's hot. He still dribbles a little too much, and he barks a little too much for my liking. But he has a lot of skill, just leadership, calming presence on the floor. You know what I'm saying? So he is definitely an asset that we can keep or we can use to get something back. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know what they're going to do. But between him and Thomas Bryant, I don't believe Thomas Bryant will be on this roster next season. Those are 2 pieces that we have that we could may be able to do something with. You know what I'm saying? But I don't want to talk about trading KCP right now. He had a great game, and you got to give him credit for that. Nice 25 points. You know what I'm saying? So I definitely like seeing that from him. Our bench made a great impact tonight, man. They had 9 points in the first quarter. Denny, the leader of the bench, you know what I'm saying? Great game off the bench, great defense. Scored immediately off the bench, beginning to finish a little better at the rim. So I definitely like seeing that. He entered the game with Denny Avdia. Just 8 points, but he had 8 points, 8 rebounds, 5 assists, and a block. I mean, that's a well-rounded game. You know what I mean? Just a well-rounded game, doing a little bit of everything. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I like about his game. You know what I mean? He's definitely a better ball handler than KCP. And he's definitely a better decision maker in regards to getting his teammates involved in the game from the 3 position than KCP. And that's why I would not be upset if we traded KCP and inserted Denny Avdia in the starting lineup next season. He has shown he's shown development, and he's only going to get better. You know what I'm saying? He has a lot of potential. So we have a lot of options at the 3 position, the wing position. So we'll see what we do, but I definitely like what I saw from him tonight. Anthony Gill, we already know he's a keeper. Always ready to play, true professional. Tonight he had another big game, and what I loved about his game tonight, man, he was showing the spin move. He was missing some of the finishes at the rim, but I recall one play where he did a spin move, got to the rim, got the ball up, it missed. The Gafford was right there to follow it up. You know what I'm saying? But Anthony Gill just gives us great minutes off the bench every time he gets in the game. You know what I'm saying? So I definitely like what I saw from him. We started to get it together in the second quarter. We started to get hot in the second quarter. You know what I mean? We went on a 14-3 run in the second quarter, got back in the game, and that's when we, in my opinion, started to take control of the game. You know what I'm saying? Again, the Magic jumped out on us. They were scoring way too easily early in the game. But once Denny got in, I'm not just going to say it was just Denny's defense by himself, but Denny did help set the tone for defense and helping us get our defensive mindset together. You know what I'm saying? And we, again, started to get closer and eventually take the lead in the second quarter. You know what I mean? So I definitely like what I saw. We closed the second quarter on a 22-9 run. Again, clamping down on defense, paying attention to detail. Beautiful, beautiful defense, man. You know what I mean? So I definitely like that. And in the third quarter, that's when we took full control. That's when we really started to pull away. You know what I mean? Just doing way too much. You know what I mean? Another thing that I like, man, Ish Smith tonight, he didn't shoot the ball as much, which is a good thing. You know what I mean? Ish Smith only shot the ball 6 times. Made 3 of them, 50% from the field. You know what I'm saying? 7 points only, but he had a good 7 assists. And the chemistry I was talking about between Porzingis and Satoransky, Ish Smith and Gafford had that same type of chemistry. You know what I'm saying? He got Gafford wide open dunks. Another thing I loved tonight was Gafford in the second half. 14 points in the second half. Big fourth quarter to set the tone and let Magic know that tonight was not their night. You know what I mean? Ish Smith was a big part of that. You know what I'm saying? Getting the ball to Gafford for easy dunks, and he took advantage, man. When Gafford and Porzingis are playing like that together, playing well in the same game, I mean, so Gafford had 17 points. Porzingis had 35 points. So they combined for 52 points tonight from the center position alone? That's tough to stop. That's very, very, very good. Very effective. You know what I mean? That's the type of production that we need from the center position. And then we had Rui, you know what I'm saying, playing well. Nice 17 points from the floor. You know what I mean? Beautiful game overall, man. That's a great game overall by the whole team. You know what I'm saying? Not just scoring, but doing other things. Blocking shots, getting rebounds. You know what I'm saying? Assisting. Ball movement. Again, we played an inferior team, but we did what we were supposed to do against a team like this. So I'm very, very satisfied and very happy with what I saw tonight from the Washington Wizards. You know what I'm saying? After a tough loss yesterday, they came back from on a back-to-back and bounced back with a great win, and I'm very happy about that, man. So that's really all I have for y'all tonight, man. You know what I mean? Dominated the Magic the way we were supposed to. It didn't look like that early in the game, but there's 48 minutes, and we played, for the most part, a full 48 minutes, because even though they were scoring a lot, it wasn't like we weren't scoring early in the game. It was just we couldn't stop anything, but we got it together, and we continued to score and just wore them down. So got the win, and I'm very happy, man. So next game, man, it's a big game Friday night against the Mavericks, Dallas Mavericks. Porzingis against his old team. You get to see some old friends, Dinwiddie, Bertans. I know, especially Dinwiddie, I know they're going to have a chip on their shoulder coming back to Washington. So it's going to be an interesting, intriguing matchup, and I'm looking forward to it. You know what I mean? So anyway, man, if you like your content tonight, man, I would really appreciate you guys subscribing to the channel at the Wizards Review on YouTube. You can follow us on Facebook and Twitter. You can follow me, King Ade DMV, on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and on the Xbox Series X and S on NBA 2K22. You know what I mean? So anyway, man, till Friday, big game. Can't wait to see what we do. Hopefully we continue this good feeling of getting wins, closing out the season the right way, having the right momentum going into the offseason. That's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for a win against a playoff team. You know what I'm saying? A playoff team in the West. That's what I'm looking for, man. So till Friday, have a great rest of your evening. Take care, man. Peace.